both know the rules. Watch them heads, keep them punches up, and when I shout break, you break clean. And remember, defend yourselves at all times. Touch them up.
Second round, first round.
Here we go with the heavyweights in the building. 4 rounds tonight. I got to say, Tempo Arts, he looks strong in there. He looks 50% part of the canvas, the type of guy that can just really sit down on his punches. I'm interested to see what Chase Demoor has for him tonight.
Yeah, 4 3-minute rounds. So, you know, I don't think either guys went 4 rounds. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but the first round, you don't have to go out there and show your opponent everything you're going to do. With heavyweights, it's about setting shots up. Good right hand from Tempo.
Good shot. But Chase is on it.
Good head movement to start, but just the volume from Chase is starting to land a few of these punches. He's got to fight back. Going for the clinch, trying to slow him down. Oh, the ref kind of broke that up a little bit early.
That Chase just sees red.
Yeah. Chase's fight style sees red.
Good right hand of the body by Tempo. You see him kind of trying to set up the body shots. Good overhand right from Tempo.
I think what you're saying about this being 4 rounds is we're going to see a bit more importance in the game plan, right, BJ? You know, a bit more importance in not just going out there and blowing it all right at the start of the fight. You know, who's going to be able to implement the game plan, work those body shots, right? Put some water in the basement early, but ooh, big shots coming back from Chase.
Chase has improved a bit. He's improved a bit. Maybe the force is with him.
Yeah, and if I'm Chase Demoor, I'm going to get that left hand going. I'm going to start taunting and feigning early and establishing my distance away from Tempo. And if I'm Tempo, I'm going to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to come downstairs. I'm going to try to set up the overhand right so I can land that, but I'm going to bang the body in the meantime. Head off the center for Tempo Arts. He cannot stay in the middle.
It's nice to see the big straight shots coming from Chase Demoor, right? I mean, good crisp fundamentals, as in, you know, just a decent jab and a decent right hand. They'll go a long way with a guy who's as big and as athletic as Chase Demoor. Huge right hand right across the chin of Tempo Arts there, but he handles it well, comes right back into the center, and eats another jab for it.
That's the key right there. You saw Chase shoot that left jab, and then right after that, he taunted a left jab, and that got Tempo's respect, and he took a step back. He needs to establish that early to make sure he can land his shots.
And BJ, like you were saying, sorry about that, Leon. Go ahead.
Tempo needs to stay off the line. He needs to stay off the line.
Absolutely. I mean, the shots that are landing from Chase are just straight punches, right?
He's walking him right into that right hand. And once he's got him hurt there in the corner, he's really throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah. Chase needs to stay here. Rough him up. Keep it going. Keep it going. Rough him up. Keep it going. Chin down. Let's go, heavyweights. Let's go.
Both guys caught each other. You see how Chase Demoor get very straight up and erect, and then you saw Tempo take advantage of that with overhand right. I think Chase is still hurt. He's hurt.
Big right hands over the top. Wow, Chase Demoor getting a little bit ahead of himself there. He thought he had it.
Tempo needs to go back to jabbing the body now.
He's got to go right now. Demoor, he's looking hurt. 10 seconds. Wow, incredible round. I gotta say, there's not too many places you're seeing prelims starting like this. The big boys are absolutely swinging and banging in that first round.
Swinging and banging.
We saw both guys hurt on multiple occasions there, so I'm really curious to see what comes forward. It looks like Tempo Arts kind of found his confidence, found his range in that last bit of the first round there.
Yeah, he definitely ran the last quarter of that round.
I saw Chase landing a lot of good shots, early numbers, but I saw, you know, tempos were a little more damaging in the end. You know, Demoor was visibly hurt when he got hit with those overhand rights, so it'd be interesting to see how this starts.
Good, back to the body. Well done.
It's nice to see a guy like Tempo Arts, like you're saying, Leon, you know, using the whole target, right?
Yeah,
much taller man, right? That opens up the shots upstairs when he's ripping those low shots.
Exactly. He doesn't want to be here, though. He doesn't want to smother his work. I think he's better in the mid-range, so he should stick to staying in the mid-range.
Big overhand right. And the one thing Leon, you know, Tempo's got to make sure he does is keep his head off the center while he's coming in. Don't come in on that straight line. Head off the center, touch the body, touch up top when it's open, and you know, that'll make his shots more effective.
Chase Demoor's demeanor's changed now. Look at him.
Absolutely. It looks like Tempo Arts, you know, got the respect. Near the end of that round, it was looking like Chase didn't have the respect for him, thought he could just walk through him, and he's certainly not looking like that right now. Might still be trying to shake off the cobwebs of getting hurt at the end of that round, too.
Yep. Good jab to the body, jab to the chest, and that's exactly what Tempo needs to do. Touch him downstairs, Chase needs to keep it long and use that range and make Tempo really work to get in there and line him up for that straight right hand.
Yeah, I think Chase is gassing out now. I think he blew his load.
And he hasn't really thrown any body shots too, right? So we're seeing a lot of body work coming from Tempo Arts and not really any coming back the other way.
Nothing. I think Chase needs to sign up to LeonWills.com. Get them, get the conditioning up, mate.
He's got to get some prime energy in him at the start of the
fight. Need some prime.
Nice left jab by Chase. And you know what, Leon, there's a lot to be said in that first round. I said he threw the kitchen sink. He quite literally did. I mean, a lot of times inexperienced fighters will let it out too early, and he should have conserved a little energy, it looks, in round 2.
Yeah, look at him. He's breathing from his mouth as well.
That's something we say, too, a lot of the times with these more inexperienced guys is when they think they have it, they just go 100%. They lose that composure, right? When you see more experienced guys continue to break down their opponent. They don't just go for it. And, yeah, it's definitely a big demeanor change from Chase Demoor right now. Tempo Arts doing well, though. He's stayed consistent, right? And that's a big difference we see is not a huge change in demeanor from Tempo Arts.
Chase needs to get those long punches going from range. The jab, the right hands, keep it long. Don't get in there and smother himself. Make Tempo continue to work and take shots while he's trying to come in.
And body language is everything. So Tempo Arts needs to read Chase's body language. Chase doesn't want it now. He doesn't want it no more. So keep working up and down the body. And the next round, look for that big shot over the top.
That being said, though, it might not be a total cardio thing with Chase. He might have just been a little bit hurt still coming into the start of this round, and that can sometimes look the same, right, when they're poker facing. And it could be that he's, maybe even playing a bit possum at the start of this round to get his cardio back, to not, depending on how experienced he is and how much his game plan is going right now, it could be very different, right? He could be trying to rope-a-dope Tempo Arts right now a little bit because Tempo, he's looking a bit more labored right now as well, and Chase Demoor is kind of rising back at the end of this second round.
Yep.
Pretty close second round and a close first round. How do you guys have it so far through the fight, halfway through the fight?
I had Tempo win in round 2. I thought he landed more hard body shots. He was more consistent coming in. And round 1 was close. Depends what you like.
Yeah, I think Tempo's ahead. Just slightly. Round 1, he got the last half of the round.
I got it. 1-1 going into the third. Tempo Arts and Chase Demoor. I got to say, boys, looking around this arena, all I see is people in their seats. It's already getting going. We're only 3 fights into this huge card here on DAZN.
Good left jab by Chase Demoor a second ago. You see Chase using that measure. Chase using that measure and kind of keeping his range and staying out of range. You see him doing it a little better here in round 3. Good.
Chase needs to look for an uppercut now, either from the lead or the back.
Chase might have got a second win here, Riley.
From Chase Demoor. That's what I was saying, right? It looked like he might have been taking the second round off intentionally.
Very true.
And one thing I'm going to tell Chase Demoor, if I'm in his corner, you see kind of Chase continually moving to his left side while he's punching. I'm going to have Chase go to the right side, away from the overhand right at Tempo, and take that punch away from him. That's something that I think Chase will look back on the tape in his corner will realize.
And it looks like Tempo Arts, he kind of moves his head at the first 2 punches of the combination and then gets a little bit off with it. So you can bring out that initial head movement with feints or with, light punches that aren't actually trying to damage your opponent, but to get that movement out and then throw the next 2 with some power. I think that could be very, very influential here because he's landing in Tempo Arts. He's definitely slowing down a little bit. Sticking to his game plan well, though.
Chase tried to go southpaw for a moment.
Disrupted him a little bit.
Yep.
But you see Chase continually going to his left side, and that's what I'm talking about. Good shot.
Good shot. Oh, wow.
Referee's labeling that one a slip.
Push, I think he called it.
Body language at Tempo Arts not looking fantastic right now. There's Chase Demoor, like you were saying, BJ, looks like he's got a second wind right now.
He's had a better round 3. You see Tempo trying to turn it up at the end of the round to steal this round, but I got Chase Demoor doing the majority of the good action this round. And this is why Misfits Boxing is fun, because Chase Demoor has improved tenfold since the Alan Belcher fight. He's a lot better, and this is why it's exciting. Good body shot.
You only see improvement like this on DAZN. Make sure to scan the QR code right there or head to azn.com to purchase the pay-per-view because we are just getting started with these prelims. Huge combination. right now from Chase Demoor.
Yeah, Chase is...
After 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Rafael Ramos scores the bout 39-37 to Chase Demoor. Angel Mendez scores the bout 39-37 to Tempo Arts. Joel Elizondo scores the bout 39-37. And your winner by split decision. And your new Misfits Heavyweight World Champion, Tempo!
Not the result that we were expecting, but like I said, that's a lesson for Chase Demoor. You really got to put a stamp on it. You can never take